Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Breakfast Show with Marisha LaShay. It is so good to be here before you guys on this beautiful Tuesday. Oh my goodness, y'all. Love it, loving it. Welcome back, you guys. If you are a newcomer, if you are a returner, welcome. If you are just being recommended and tuning in, welcome. Okay, welcome. I am Marisha LaShay. And I have my good girl Tia. Yes. All right, y'all. We are back with, of course, the series of Financial Fanatics. You guys, it has been going down for the last 2 days. Today we here to drop more gems. Before we jump in, let's go ahead and check in on our mental health. Where we mentally, this is a mental check-in on a based on a scale of 1 to 10. 1 being the worst day of your life, and 10 being the best day of your life. Can I be below a 1 or can I be above a 10? Yes, you can be below a 1 and above a 10 because nobody's going to tell you how to feel when you start your day. So let's go ahead and take a moment to see how we're feeling based on this scale of 1 to 10.
Well, for me, I am a 9. I'm so happy to be here with you this morning and your audience, and just being able to look outside and see the sun shining. Like, I am good.
Honey, I am a strong 9 because the sun does shine. It's a
That,
great place, to be actually just being able to wake up and know that this month I'm dedicating my time to helping, right? Speaking and motivating and just being back in front of my people because it's been a while. It's been a while. And these last 2 days have been a time just having such an amazing co host who just know her stuff. Like you've been talking that talk for the last 2 days. Come on and keep talking that talk. So you guys, you've heard it from us. We're nines, okay? We're nine. We're in a good place. Definitely feel free to drop those comments below. And you guys, we want to move forward. As you guys know, that Financial Fanatics is about us bringing all of what we have in regards to financial services and just different ways where you can kind of expand your growth on the financial side.
right.
This is what this is all about. There's no gatekeeping, but to help you be the best version of yourself. And this is why we're here, and this is what we're all about for the month of September. So definitely feel free to go back to our previous episodes. They're posted out on the YouTube page. They're also posted on Facebook. If you're following either one of us, we just thank you for all the support that you guys have been giving us, and let's continue to, keep showing up. So, you
Yeah.
guys, the question is for today. The question for today, before I give the question for today, I want to let you guys know that it is day 3 of the Breakfast Show with Marisha LaShay. We will be in effect for the next 27 days. Understand that the Breakfast Show only shows up in months that have 30 days, which makes it so unique. So that will be September, that's November, that is April, and that is June. I haven't seen you guys in a while, as I stated before, but here we are in September, a strong start, and we're going to work our way through. So let me go ahead and jump back into the what the question is. The question for today is, what is a stock? What is a stock? You guys know I'm handing it over to Tia at this moment. When she starts talking that financial stuff, honey, I just sit back and take notes, and that's it.
Well, good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I hope you all are out there doing okay, doing all right. And before we even jump into the answer to the question, I just want to know, do you have any experience dealing with the stock market? Did you have any wins? Did you have any losses? Put that into the comment section. Are you afraid to get, into the stock market because you've only heard negative things, or you've only heard the scary side of it, but you've never heard the good side of it or what somebody has gotten from it fully? or even how they've put skin in the game and that skin has gotten thick, right? But they're not afraid. They're using their money to grow. So if you are in any one of those spaces, please let me know. Okay, I want to know. I want to kind of know where we are with that. And we're just going to give just some general overview on what is a stock, how you use it, where can you purchase it, the two different types that I'm going to talk about. So, anyways, now I'm just getting ahead of myself. So, what is a stock? Okay, so that's what you asked me. What is a stock? It is the option for you, investor, to purchase a share of a company. Now, you become a stockholder when you purchase this share of a company. So now what does that mean? What does that fully mean to you? So I have an iPhone, Marisha, you have an iPhone as well, right? We currently are consumers of Apple, right? We are their consumer base because we have their products. Now, if you go into the stock market and you purchase a share of Apple, you now become an investor in Apple. And what does that mean for real, for real? Well, if Apple has a investors call, a stockholders call, because your money is invested with that company, whether it's big or small, you now have an option to sit on those calls. You now get those questions sent to you like, do you want to do this, or how do you feel about the company doing that? You get more insight for what's happening when you become a stockholder of that company. Now, what I also want to let you know is like when you purchase a stock, what you should know is that if a business rises or falls, so does the stock price. Okay. So this is why you can sometimes see a stock and the price is extremely high, but then sometimes you'll see a price for a stock and it's lower. And a lot of times, a lot of things are in play with that. So, what's being said in the market, on the TV, on the news, what they're projecting for their earnings, and then how earnings actually come out. Just what's the temperament of the investor base could also assist with the rise or fall of that stock. So, I think I answered the question very well. What do you think?
I mean, I definitely, you have a way with words, and like I didn't even know that. I did not know, you up here getting asked the question, what do
Yeah,
you think? You have some say so, you have a voice to articulate in regards about this company that you have now begun to invest in. I never knew. And
yeah.
I'm not gonna sit up here and act like I knew until you just said something. So that was very insightful for me. So I know that it's very insightful for the audience that we are serving and those who are listening. If you're not already in the stock market or know anything about the stock market.
Yeah. Okay, so now this is what I want to tell you. You're in your mind, you're probably thinking like, okay, Tia, that all sounds fine and good, but where do I buy the stock, right?
I
Where
was
where
just
do
ready to ask
yeah.
you.
So like
I was just getting ready to ask you.
So, like, where do I do this thing? So, first, what I want you to know is that stocks are traded on the stock market. So, you have the New York Stock Exchange, and then you have the Nasdaq, and that stands for the National Association of Securities Dealers. Okay, so like what that means. So, they're traded there. But you can't go down to Wall Street and just walk onto the trading floor, right? You can't be like, I'm Tia from outside and I want a share of Apple. That's not how that works, right? You would get a investment brokerage account. So you can do that through Fidelity. You can do that through Invesco, and those are big names, right? So let's say those seem too intimidating. Charles Schwab, that seems too intimidating for you. You can go as small as Webull. You can do it on Robinhood. You know what I'm saying? For the everyday person, you'll have access to these stocks. This is where you would go in, you would put your money, you would research the stocks, you'll be able to see the stock price, what you can purchase it at, if they're producing any dividends, what their growth rate looks like. What did they do year to date? Let me look at the charts. I mean, the thing gets good, so I don't want to go all in deep into the candlesticks and all that stuff. Like it gets good, right? So now with you just being able to own one share of a stock, just one share of a stock, you now become a part owner of that company. Now you don't have a super controlling say of what happens in the company, right? Because you only have one stock in the company, but you now get to sit on those calls or you receive those emails just because you've purchased this stock.
I like the fact that you're included, the inclusion of being involved in, knowing what is happening with the company because you have money that is invested. That is a very good way in looking at it. Hey, you have now joined joined us. Come on in. You're like a new family member, our distant cousin. And thank you for your contribution. Now sit your butt down. Don't come in here trying to do too much. This is the way that I'm perceiving it, right? You get
Yeah,
in here, you're a distant cousin, you spend your money. You're not, this is not about major changes, but you're in the know about what is happening with this company. So I
that
like
is
that
correct.
part. We all want to be heard, but that don't mean, you about to come up
That
in
is
here and start
correct.
making major changes.
Now, you want to know the one thing that I love about stocks and the stock market and just the different things that you can do and learn on the stock market is that everybody can play this game.
Mm,
Everybody can get on this wave of allowing your money to work for you when it comes to investing in the stock market. In our previous episode, we talked about mutual funds that
yes,
allows you to get into the stock market owning a share of a lot of companies, right? But
got you.
then when you're just doing the individual companies, you may only have enough money to buy one share of Microsoft, but
Got you.
you're still getting a dividend payment if they pay out, just like the person who has 100. So
That's
it
good.
allows for the smaller budget to still make money the same as the person with the larger budget. Because honestly, it's all about percentages when it comes down to it. What is your percentage take? So you may have five, and your percentage may be a 50%. And I may have one, and my percentage may be 5%, but we still got something from it.
Yeah, we definitely won. We didn't take any
You
losses.
didn't take any losses. And even
Yeah,
when you do,
you
right?
just
Like,
have more shares than me.
exactly. And this is what I want to tell people. So let me pull this up real quick because it just popped in my mind right now as we're talking, which is typically what happens with me, right? I'm talking about something and then something else completely pops up. So I don't know how many of our people out here are like cruisers, right? Do you go on cruises? Do you like that type of vacation? Whatever. When you invest, let's say Carnival, because that's what I'm looking at. Carnival, ticker symbol CCL, current price $16.50, right? Yes, $16.50 for Carnival.
Girl, that's a little coffee with a little bagel on the side. Like, let's get it.
And here's why this is important, right? Because once you are, and I know this because I am an investor in Carnival. I have not reached the number that they have set out for me to take part in these, you know, treats or gifts for being an investor. But when you have a certain number of shares with Carnival, you start to get some free perks. You start to get some free days on the boat. You start to get some free food. You start to get some free drink packages. You start to get a lot of free things just because you're an investor in the company.
Wow. That's tough to you.
I'm
That's tough.
serious. I'm
That's
serious.
tough.
And you can look it up. When a company is on the stock market, so when they are publicly traded, so if you're on the stock market on the Nasdaq, on the New York Stock Exchange, when you are there, you are a publicly traded company. So everything that you do, all I have to do is go to your website, scroll down, and find the investor section, and I can read everything that I need to know because you're
Wow.
publicly traded. The public must know what is happening with your company, and you have to list it out there. So this thing gets good. We're gonna go through a couple of big names, a couple of big names, a
Wow.
couple of things that we use on a daily basis, and we can compare how much we pay to be a consumer with them and how much it would cost to be an investor. So again, I'm gonna start with Carnival. I know for a fact Carnival is running a sale right now, and with your deposit, it's about $50 per person in your room. A share of Carnival is less than how much it costs to actually get on the boat. It
I'm
is
scared of you. Shut your mouth and call me black. I'm scared of you. That's enough. I've heard enough. Go on and hit that end button. That's enough. I need to go see it right
I'm,
now because that's
I'm
enough.
telling you,
That's
it
enough.
costs
Girl, you said
less.
$50. If I could go on and give me a little, 16 times 50, what are we
I'm
looking
telling
at here?
I'm telling
$33?
I'm listen, it gets good.
And then I could go on and throw me up another one. Like,
Exactly.
I don't have time.
So let me ask you this. Who do you like to fly with the most?
Girl, you know I love my good girl Southwest with my
Okay.
good girl been carrying
Listen,
on. So I gotta go on over here to the distant cousin Frontier. Miss Frontier girl, Miss Girl, Miss Girl.
listen. Southwest, ticker symbol LUV. A
Uh-oh.
ticket, a one-way
Uh-uh.
ticket. Right
Uh-uh.
now, I know it. Listen, I know I was just looking. A
Yeah.
one-way ticket
Don't you do it to me. Don't you do it.
right now to certain areas
Don't
about
do
$150. $150 for a one-way ticket.
it. Okay. Okay.
Southwest to invest
Uh-uh.
$28.92.
That's it.
That's
This
it.
conversation is
That
over.
is it. That's it.
Tia, what?
You can, listen, you can grow your money investing in the things that you
Yeah,
already
you're
do.
done.
No, I'm
You're so
serious.
done.
And as an investor, when you invest a certain amount of
Wow.
shares, you start getting things with these companies. You start getting perks with them.
Wow. A ticket is 150, but to invest in them, it's
$28.
$28.
$28.
Girl, let me get my little wallet right
Yeah.
now. What's in your wallet?
Okay. Now, here's what I want you to know, right? I bought Southwest a couple years ago, like during COVID, and I still have my shares. So as they go up, and this price, it was not $28 when I purchased it, it was less than that.
Wow.
So as it keeps going, you keep getting the growth. Your stocks
Wow.
are now worth more. So, and this is what this means. So, Southwest doesn't do dividends. So, let's say you bought the stock at $20. I'm just make this number plain. You bought it
Yeah.
at $20. It's currently $28. If you sold that stock, well, you have an $8 profit coming to you. So you've gotten your $20 back, but you made $8. Now that sounds small, but when you do that thing over 100,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Now you're getting more. Over 1,000, now you're getting more.
Yeah.
And it's less than $30. We'll blow $30 instantly in the next place that I'm about to tell you right now. Okay. So I'm pulling it up.
Girl, I
This
am
one,
blown.
I'm
You
telling you.
you got me with the carnival, okay? You got me with the Southwest. I think if you tell me anything else, I'm gonna have to turn this off, and it's just
Now listen.
you just need to stop talking at this point
I'm
because this is mind blowing.
So one of my son, he loves this car. He wants us to have this car. This is just it's a status symbol. Everybody loves it. It is the wonderful Tesla.
Oh, my son loves Teslas, girl. He's a Tesla
Tesla.
walking
They
encyclopedia.
love Tesla. Now hold on. Before I say this, I need to have this up so I can tell you the truth. Okay.
Mm-mm,
So
mm-mm.
the cheapest Tesla, the cheapest Tesla
No.
is less than 40,000. It's about $38,900. That is the cheapest Tesla. Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Now,
yeah.
to own, where's my mouse? Because take me back where I'm trying to go. Thank you. To own a share of Tesla, not to be the consumer, not to be the person driving the car, but to be a part of the shareholder, the stockholder conversation, $214.11. That's less than your Tesla car note.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
And it can, these are just the prices. We can see, like, what it closed at, what it opened at, how it's doing. You can look at the charts. I mean, this is just a high level overview of how, if you spent your money differently.
Girl,
Now,
I'm scared of you.
I'm telling you.
I am
Now,
scared.
here's the thing. A lot of people with kids out here, lots and lots of people with children. My youngest son asked me for a Roblox gift card every single day because he wants to buy something on his Roblox game.
Yes.
Now, you can get that gift card for as little as $10, and you don't know what the heck them kids have spent that money on, right? You like, show me what you bought, and you looking, he like, oh, I bought a skin. Anywho,
Girl.
you love Roblox so much. I want you to be an investor of Roblox. Now you need to have some skin in the game with this company because it goes up, it goes down, but kids love it.
It
$43,
does.
$43.99 as of market close to own a share of Roblox. We spend, if you add up all of the money that you give into your kids to buy Robux, you've spent more than $50. And especially if your kid's been playing since COVID, you didn't spend more than $50 and you could buy shares of that company.
Talk that talk. Yeah, talk that talk.
So,
Tell the people, talk that talk. Because that's all these kids want to do. And then, honey, I don't even want to get started on looking at what's on these kids' feet, honey, these J's.
oh, we could let
Girl, please enlighten the people, please. Because they invest in Jordan by buying these shoes, repeated shoes. Instead of getting you some stocks in the company, honey, get somebody else to do it. Get
Nike,
somebody else.
Nike. You ready?
Girl, I'm about to get ready. If I ain't, I'm about to get ready.
You
I'm
ready?
ready.
$83.32.
Girl, that's less than a pair of shoes.
That's less than a pair of the shoes. $83.32 for Nike. Now, ticker symbol for Nike, NKE. $83.32.
Okay, say less. Say less. Because seriously, they spending and it be the whole family matching with the J's on.
Yes.
That's $83 for you, $83 for you, $83 for you, and $83 for you.
Yes.
Girl, I'm
So,
done. I've heard enough.
I'm
I,
telling
if,
you,
if this don't make no sense,
it gets
like, girl, I'm scared. I am scared of you. I have a question for you though.
yes.
With knowing what I know right now, what you just shared with me, and I decided to go ahead and I want to get a little, I'm going to get me maybe about two, Carnival, because they're so dirt cheap. Give me a couple of those. Then I'm going to go over here tonight, give me about one of those. With the stock market, are you able to purchase multiple stocks at one time, or do you
Yes.
have to? Okay,
No,
okay,
no, you can purchase. So what you would do is you would get that brokerage account that I was mentioning. So I just to make it plain, right?
yeah,
I'm gonna use Robinhood for instance. I started on Robinhood. I think Robinhood is a great starter place for people. You go
gotcha.
on Robinhood and you put in there what your bank is gonna be, right? So you deposit how much money you want to have to start out with. So let's say you just wanted $200. Well, within that $200, you can buy everything that you want to buy, right? Or you pick and choose. Like with this $200, I'm gonna buy a couple shares of Carnival. I'm gonna buy this. I'm gonna buy that. And then once the $200 is spent, now you don't have any more to buy the money. But then you add more money, and then you can buy more.
Got you. So you just allocate. It's basically saying, this is my spending money that I'm going to invest out there into the stock market. I'm going to buy this many shares this time and go out there. Would
Yes.
you still have a dividend calendar as well for your stocks?
Correct. You can look
Okay.
into and you can create the dividend calendar for yourself basically by looking at how the dividend is paid out. And I'm going to use Nike for this example, but how the dividend is paid out and you would look into when was the last dividend paid out, so that way you'll know exactly when Nike will pay again, right? And how much money Nike is paying out. So Nike's dividend annual yield, and you guys can look this up on Google. So I'm not making any of this stuff up. You put in the ticker symbol NKE and write dividend next to it, and it'll break it all down for you. So Nike, $83.32, right? Annual yield is 1.78%. So like a little bit less than 2% is what you would get on the dividend. But quarterly, they pay quarterly, and quarterly you're going to get 37 cents per share. Now, you're probably thinking like, Tia, 37 cents. Like, that's not even a lot of money. That's not even enough money. Well, let's just say you want to make $40. You want Nike to pay, let's say you want Nike to pay for your gas or whatever. I don't know. You want Nike to pay for that. Well, you just do the calculation. How much money or how many stocks do I need to own for this to pay me out the amount of money that I'm looking for? And then you just keep investing your money. And now here's what we talked about on the last episode, a little coin called DRIP, which is the dividend reinvestment plan, right? What that does is you tell your account, hey, I don't need you to put my Nike dividend in my money bank. I need you to put it to the side and reinvest in this Nike stock. So once I get to this number, just keep reinvesting it. So now that 37 cents for one share turns into two, turns into three, turns into
That's good.
four,
I was just getting ready
as you
to
do
ask you.
that.
It's that, it's the math game, but at the same time, that amount of people buy these shoes, I mean, they could have had a ton of things. When you looking at it like that, okay, this is what it's gonna be able to pay for. If I invest this money in here now, they pay out, example, maybe the springtime.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, that's gonna be perfect because my daughter going on prom. So
Correct.
it's like almost kind of setting yourself up. Months, the way that you're breaking it down to me is the way that I'm, internalizing. Oh, this is gonna be months down the line. I know I get broke during this time. Let me go ahead and just do this so I can set myself up.
Yes. And that's what you want to be doing. So we actually just missed the wait. What's today?
Today's
The second. So if you own a share in Nike, you're going to get a payout tomorrow. So they
wow.
pay out quarterly, and the next payment is going to be September 3rd. So the way that you find this, like I said, when you are a publicly traded company, everything that is happening with your company can be found online. Okay. So
That's
you,
lit.
even when you don't own the stock. So that's why I'm not in my personal stock account, right? I'm looking at things that everybody on this podcast can go and follow what it is that I'm doing, right? Because I want you to know that whether you invest or whether you don't invest, right, you can still go and look and see what's happening in the market. So their
That's
next cash
good.
payout is going to be September 3rd. So this is what I was telling you about creating the dividend calendar. So it doesn't, the dates usually don't change, right? It's kind of, they kind of stay the same. So they have a dividend payment in March, June, and now September. Okay. So you would set up your calendar, or at least for what how your money's going to be coming out. Well, I know Nike is coming out March, June, September, right? And then
Yep.
they'll let you know what the next date would be. And now okay, I have from March to June to purchase more stocks so that when my June payment comes out, I got more money. Then from June to September, I have all this time to purchase more stocks. So when that September payout comes out, I have more money. So let's say somebody is listening, maybe not today because the market is closed, but let's say the market was open today. And somebody listening to this podcast was like, damn, I got $83. I'm sorry for cursing. I have $83 and I want to invest in Nike. Well, you go and you buy Nike stock today. If the market was open, you would get a payout tomorrow because you're an investor. You don't have to wait until the next dividend payment. Once you become an investor, you now are a part of the piece of the pie that is going to be getting the money.
That's good. That's definitely good. Okay, so then okay, they do they pay out September 3rd, correct? So
Yes.
September 4th, does the market open up again?
Yeah, yeah. The market is only closed right now because of the holiday. The market is open
Got you.
Monday through Friday, with the exception of holidays.
Got you. So it opens
Mhm.
back up. They done did the payout, whatever,
Right.
whatever, whatever. Now it's time for me. I done made up my black mind. I'm about to go up in here. I'm about to buy maybe 5 shares, whatever. Okay, great. Boom. I didn't drop my little coin bag. Ma'am, don't be expecting to get paid again until March. Okay.
Correct. Correct. On the
You don't
dividend
need to be
payment.
up here. You missed the payout for the third. Now you know you getting paid in March. So you got from
Well, they
September
would get
to
paid in
March.
December. No, they would get paid. There's going to be a payout in December, quarterly. So four times a year.
That's it. So you
They'll
have
get paid in
December,
December,
March, um,
June, September.
June, and September.
Yep.
Oh,
And that's how you can set up your calendar. So like the dates sometimes change. Like maybe last year they didn't pay out on September 3rd. They paid out on September 1st or maybe September 2nd,
true.
but it's always going to be in September. So March, June, September, and December. So now I have this time frame to get what I need.
Nah, that's dope. I mean, that's just really mind blowing because in your mind and in my mind, I'm just like, oh, we're gonna check a bag. We're gonna check a bag. This is about getting a bag
Yeah.
because it was never broken down this simple. Like
Yeah. It's,
for
listen,
real.
it is when you learn it, you can do some really good things, right? But if you don't know it and you're not sure, then just attach yourself to somebody, not in a I'm taking from you, but if you know that I know, right? If you know I know how to break that thing down, then Tia, I need some help. I need some help for you to understand that. And that's how people start to really use their money and not shy away from this thing. We talked about it in the first episode. People are using these investment vehicles, life insurance, the stock market, mutual funds, 401k, I mean, all kinds of things, businesses, trust, to grow money, a conversation that is not fully being had in our communities. And when it does roll around to us, it is a fear tactic to keep us out. And y'all gotta y'all can't let that fear, you can't let that fear get to you, because what goes down must come back up, and what goes up must come back down. And I mentioned this in the last episode. You just have to have that risk tolerance to look at that thing differently. When that market, if anything, if they say, oh, it's gonna crash, it's not your time to be scared. It's your time to attack. It's your time to be an assassin. It's your time to get your money together and be like, if this thing go down, I got the money and I'm gonna buy low. And when it go back up, now I didn't check the real bag. You didn't check the bag, because what goes down must come back up. The market repeats itself all the time. If you learn this thing, you would know that. You would know that. You would have comfort in that.
That's
Y'all can do this thing. We can change everything. We can change literally everything about the way we're going to be in the next 5 to 10 years by allowing fear to take a backseat in our mind and say, God, I believe you, I trust you. Put the people in front of me that would help me and will provide me with the best knowledge, that's not trying to use me, take advantage of me. And I'm going to believe in that, I'm going to trust in that, and I'm going to go forward. And in 5 to 10 years, you're going to look back and you're going to say, Marisha, thank you so much for connecting me with Tia, because she was able to do this, and this for me and my family. And now we're better than what I could have ever imagined.
yeah. I mean, because it's just time to get your house in order, your
Yeah.
financial wheelhouse in order. Some of us are walking around, we don't have financial portfolios, and that is totally fine. But taking what the knowledge, I'm
Right.
like, okay, in my mind, I know that next year this is not even gonna look my financial portfolio because my grandfather had been asking me, have you started investing? Oh, granddaddy, please. I'm just trying to get my relationship with money together. I'm just trying to assign my dollars to where they need to go. I'm just trying to do this. I'm not there yet, but I'm about to get there. I'm not there, but you have to be real with yourself about what
Right.
you want that life to look like. I'm
Right.
not working at 50. I'm like, see, I'm just not motivated to go to work at 50.
Listen, let's get your mutual fund account set up. Let's get that set up.
I'm just not gonna be going to work
Let's
at
do
50.
that. Let's do that.
So I have to be out here grooming the youth. That is what my retirement is going to look like. I'm going to travel my face off. I am going to, be able to roll down on my son who may be in college or maybe at his business, minding his black business. I don't see me talking about, oh, I gotta go to work. I have to pay, put in for PTO. Oh, my body I just don't want to see that. I don't want no parts of that, y'all. I don't want no parts of that.
I'm
So
telling you.
that's why I'm just like, health is wealth. Being financially sound is another part of the recipe, and
Yes.
just providing the piece that is needed for you to live the life that you want based on what you want.
Right.
And that's it, y'all.
That's it.
We're gonna end there. We're gonna bring it in. We've heard a lot of great things this episode. Thank you, Tia, for just being so dynamite with, sharing this information and making it, where we can actually visualize what we heard, what we seeing. You're saying for Carnival, 1650, honey, that's less than $50 per person. Glory. We out of here.
All
You
right.
tomorrow, same time, same place. Peace.
Talk to y'all soon.